strike?
Hey, what's going on, guys? Nesmodgame here for the UAK Podcast. This week we have the AG Corner, we have Z-Star Games, we have BDT87, and we have the Sly Dragon 93. Now, there isn't much of a topic this week. We're just going to be talking about the general stuff that we've been watching, and that'll lead to various things. So that should be interesting, shouldn't it? So, how you guys doing today?
Yeah, bad.
I'll start us off and saying I'm doing okay.
Cool. Are you, mate? Fucking brilliant. I don't care.
Relatively okay.
I don't care. I just don't care.
Oh, okay.
Sorry, I stopped caring.
That's fine. I'm not so okay anymore, to be honest.
Oh, that's good. Yeah, I hope you're not okay.
Yeah.
Hope you fucking
So welcome to another episode of the Feelings Podcast.
The Feelings Podcast.
Discuss your emotions now, then we can hop on to Ben's emotions.
It depends whether you're charging me or not, because it feels like therapy.
On a scale of 1 to 4, how calm are you right now? Think of clouds.
Wait.
Think of clouds.
So calm that I just might fall asleep. So
in through the nose and out through the mouth.
And then fucking shove a dick down your throat.
Anyway, who wants to start about what they've watched this week? 'Cause, the Feeling Podcast is good, but you can catch that on the Feeling channel, which isn't this one, I'm afraid. So
the
Isn't
the United Feelings Podcast.
Oh, I'm on the wrong podcast.
Yeah, I think you are, maybe. You may as well talk about what anime you watched this week anyway, so
What is
go
anime?
ahead.
What is
Yeah,
that?
let's start off with what is anime. Let's go all the way back to the 19.
Okay. Anime is equal to life, you see.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a theory that Jesus actually created the first anime when he
Oh,
came.
what, you mean Akira?
Yeah. Oh, shots fired. Shots fired.
Long story,
There's
anyway.
no need for that.
I watched
That's
Britain's
a
Broken Families this week.
Oh, yeah, that was a good anime.
Yeah. It's on the iPlayer if you guys want to check it.
And I'm waiting for Match of the Day anime to come out.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Brilliant anime
Natural
right
for that
there.
day.
The thing is, if people are not from the UK who listen to this, they'll be like, what the fuck are you talking about? People who haven't listened to podcasts will be like, what the fuck are you talking about? Actually, that reminds me. We have Twitter, by the way.
Yep.
I thought we'd say it right now. United underscore anime.
United Anime Podcast.
United Anime. Yeah.
It's on screen, guys. It's on screen.
Yeah.
Anyway,
I
who
actually
Never trust the screen.
who actually wants to talk about anime now?
Oh, we all do.
Oh, yeah,
Well,
okay.
we always
I
talk
do.
about anime
I'll
every
Jumping
day.
at the bit to talk about anime.
I'll talk about Ed and Eddie. Right. So Ed and Eddie, it's about these three boys, right?
It's Ed, and Eddie.
Yeah, they got the same names.
EDD and EDDY. Get a
And
bit
they
too
all-
underground, to be honest, for our demographic, but
I suppose, but they're so thirsty for 25 cents. It's unbelievable.
quarters.
Mhm.
Yeah. But no, okay. We're going to talk about anime right now.
Okay.
Right now.
So
Anime and perhaps manga as well. Right. So what have I watched? I don't know. Last time I talked about what I watched, I could probably say I've watched The World Only God Knows. I did. I had that on DVD for a while. That was pretty damn good. Something different. I hadn't really watched. I don't know what you call it. It's not rom-com, but it's like a harem, but it's not harem. I don't know what you call it. And that was alright. I think Tash likes that, if I'm correct.
Tash?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Is that what you got to say about What Only God Knows, mate?
Oh, there are loads of things I could say, but if I did, then you guys wouldn't be able to say a single word in this podcast.
Sum it up in 4 words.
3 words.
4 words.
Let's keep it quick.
bucket-
3 words.
Okay.
Four,
It's just
Fine, 4.
look. If you watch it, then it's just buckets of
past
jizz.
4.
That's the only way.
Buckets of
Buckets of jizz.
That's 3 words. What about 4 words, mate?
I can't be asked to add another 2 more words.
It's
People
bucket
are
of
gay
jizz.
even more
Done.
disturbed.
2 more words? Are you fucking stupid? 3 and 2 equals 4. You're amazing at maths. This is why you obviously didn't do maths at uni. And this is why you're one of the odd Asians out there in life.
Man,
so
we've already been
let's-
racist. This is ridiculous.
Okay,
Let's
what
talk about
else
the
have I watched?
wonderland of dead people.
No. Shh, spoilers.
Well, we're not going to do spoilers anyway. But I think everybody here's watched it.
No, because I'm doing it in order of what I'm watching. I watched that recently. Or been watching it.
Yeah, you just started
I was
watching.
gonna say Eden of the East, mate. Eden
Yes.
of the Mother Duck in East with
Oh,
Oasis
what's
in the opening.
Except not, because they got taken out.
Yeah, but I was a cool kid. I managed to get the opening.
Oh, that's alright then.
Because legally, obviously.
Oh, yeah, of course, yeah. Obviously.
But I haven't
Yeah.
watched the movies because I'm really bad at watching movies. And speaking of movies, I bought Redline today.
Oh, Redline, have you seen it yet?
No, I bought it today.
Alright.
I actually watched an anime film for last week.
Oh yeah,
And
but
I
you
hadn't
wait,
watched
wait,
those
wait your
films
turn,
for,
mate.
like,
You
6
fucking wait your turn. Eden of the East.
I don't like this kid now. I'm
Do you want to
leaving.
fight? Do you want to one-on-one?
Alright.
Let's talk
Okay,
about. Let's talk
comment
about
on this
Redline.
Show me back,
Let's
okay.
talk about Redline.
No, Eden. No, that's about Eden of the East. I haven't fucking this fucking Eden of the fucking East. That was. I really like that actually.
I left that on hold for all
I
eternity.
don't know how. 'Cause it's pretty interesting. It's only 11 episodes, but I felt that the way it ended. I felt the way it ended was
Was
a bit
sad.
not sad. It's a bit. Did you finish it?
No.
Oh,
Just
You
rough
won't
guess.
fucking know. It just seemed like out of place, like too rushed. It's like
Is it?
and-
So
and
it's
then
a
I got two-
romance, right?
not really.
It's got a
not
guy
really
and a
romance
girl
there.
on the cover.
It's what the fuck is it about? Fuck. It's like it's a survival game, but
It's a survival
basically-
game.
yeah.
Oh, I did not expect that.
Yeah, well, yeah, it's weird. Eden of the East, I guess in that title.
And you look at it, you look like it's kind of like a romance, kind of a nicely.
Wide open,
visual
I wouldn't expect
romance.
that to be wrong. I guess, but basically there's some people who are given this phone, and they're given, I think is it 5 billion yen to make the world a better place, sort of thing.
All right.
And if they can do anything they want, literally anything, but it will cost them money. Like if they can have someone killed off for a certain amount of money, but if their money drops down to zero, they'll be killed.
So they need to make a profit.
No, not really. They just need to make the world a better place, like in a sense of getting rid of evil, basically. Well, not evil, but like, but you know, you think the world's corrupt and it's all shit.
The bad stuffs.
Yeah, and apparently it's a Jose. Apparently it's also comedy.
Jose
which is
Mourinho.
Funny. Jose Mourinho. His team lost today. Ha ha.
On an unrelated
Okay.
topic, but what next?
Football jokes.
Okay.
Okay, what's the next series then?
Okay. Next series. The next series is Hunter x Hunter, and I'm joking. That was just an episode I watched. I caught up with Attack on Titan.
Wee.
I think everybody watched. Like, there's no way you don't watch Attack on Titan. If you're watching
but
this
no, but
podcast, there's no way you don't watch it. We won't give you any major
I wouldn't-
spoilers, but
But Aaron dies
yeah, Aaron
twice.
converts.
Aaron converts the Titan.
Aaron converts to death. He opted out.
No, he uses
so.
his special
Yeah.
powers of friendship to become friends with the Titan, and he uses love and passion to settle the war.
Yeah,
Yeah.
10 out of 10 anime of the century.
Well,
That was awesome.
Okay, I think we'll keep it to the podcast. That is going to be Attack on Podcast.
Yeah, Attack
Which
on.
will be when it finishes.
Yep.
Which we could maybe you should postpone us recording it so we can actually watch it before. Perhaps, I don't know. We can think about a later date. But anyways, yeah, Attack on Titan. I was literally at episode 14, I believe, last time, and so I was stalling through. It's pretty good. I think it's good.
I like it.
Yeah. But next up is what I'm currently watching. I'm about halfway through episodes. I'm on episode 8 now, which is Dead Man Wonderland, because that came out on Blu-ray on Monday.
Yeah.
Go buy it from Mang UK. It's actually a very nice Blu-ray. I don't know what DVD quality is like, but it looks very nice on my screen. So there you go. And I know that almost everyone, apart from Ben, has watched it. So let's talk about that. Yeah, Dead Man
I
Wonderland.
like Dead Man Wonderland, but it isn't a very good adaptation from what I've heard. So, yeah.
But
I mean,
if you rated it as an anime only, without having
Yeah, it's
the-
not
yeah.
like
Well, to be
horrible.
honest, even if you
It's it's a watch, but like it might not be as. If you're like a
It's-
huge fan of the manga, then you might have a little few problems.
yeah, then you'll be
here and there.
disappointed. It's when you get to the final episode that you'll be upset
Yeah.
because you'll be like, "What the hell kind of ending was that?" You know. But everything in between is really, really enjoyable. So,
Yeah.
you know.
But the one thing I have to it has so many questions, and I'm on episode 8 now, and it's like...
Yeah, you'll
Yeah.
can't see them.
Don't expect many of those to get answered.
Yeah, either that or it's going to get really rushed, like what any of these kind of did, I think.
Yeah, but
It's like, oh yeah, all these answers need to be answered? Sure. There, done. There's all the answers in one episode.
it doesn't even do
I don't
that.
think really happens.
They just kind of
Yeah.
like pretend that nothing else happened, and like, episode 2 and 3 didn't really happen. We'll just discard all the things that came up then, and we'll just do this ending right here.
I think they were definitely banking on a season 2 there, but they
Yeah.
just
it was a
wasn't
shame you just didn't
there
do well enough.
for the
Or it
demand.
felt like
Yeah.
they made
But I
it.
hear it's in America. It's actually gaining some popularity because they aired it on Toonami over there.
That was how I found out about
And-
it and watched it, actually, so there you go.
Common
Really?
knowledge right there.
Mhm.
the Caleb Diaries.
The Caleb Diaries, indeed.
Right. So
Indeed.
is that everything you've watched?
I've started reading a new manga, guys. A new manga. And the reason why I'm reading it is because I haven't got an anime adaptation. And it was in Shonen Jump. Dun dun dun, in 2008. I believe it's 2011.
Was it? I'm trying to think what it was.
It was.
What is it, Jamie?
It was
I don't-
Siren.
does anyone-
I'll say it.
Yeah, because I've only told Lewis
Yeah,
about
and I've ordered the first
Oh,
3
yeah.
volumes, so I'll also be reading it soon.
Siren, yeah.
Whenever the
Siren's
postman decides to
Pretty
come.
cool.
Hmm.
I've only read the first volume. It's right here, look. Hear that? I bought that today.
Yeah, hear that? It's a volume,
Oh,
definitely.
It's a Bleach volume, more likely. So.
Actually, I read it all online, but I'm trying to... No, I'm joking. I bought it. I bought it today. Read it. I also bought the first volume of Magi and Attack on Titan volume 6 today, but I read this because I know what happens in the volume, so I thought, yeah. But yeah, basically, what it is I don't know. I don't know what it is. I don't know what to say too much because basically, I don't want to read it from Lewis because the first volume basically gives all the story, but
Yeah.
Just tell us, is it good or bad? Just in
pretty
short.
good at the moment. I mean, it just sort of sets it up and it just leaves you on a big cliffhanger at the end of volume 1. It's like, oh, okay, man.
It's very
It's
cheap
it's
as
not-
well, so if you're looking to buy it, you can buy like volumes
all
for...
manga volumes are cheap, so...
Well, no, but this is
Amazon-
exceptionally cheap, like...
No, it's the right price for a Shonen Jump volume, I think.
Well, like, I bought all 3 volumes, the first 3 volumes brand new for £2 each. So...
Is that with postage as well?
No, that's without postage. Postage is £2.
Yeah, you got so £4, so yeah.
Yeah, that's still cheap.
£4. Yeah, but you can't say, I bought them for £2 each and not include postage. That's what they sort of do. It's like saying, oh yeah, I bought a car for 99p off eBay. Just had that to about £5,000 worth of packaging added on. But you know, I bought it for 99p.
Imagine posting a car.
Yeah.
I just think of Back to the Future.
But
But sadly, our future's not going to end up like that. That's what's so disappointing about the film.
If you want to know how your future ends up, read Siren. I won't say why because
Or
Oh,
Mira Nikki.
or watch Attack on Titan.
Attack on Titan.
That's how our past ended up. 'Cause that's in the past. Anyway, are you done, Jamie? Because I'll start what I've been watching.
I think so. I've also have I got anything else? I don't know. I got Blue Extras on DVD and Blu-ray, well Blu-ray even, and I got Back on Nagati on Blu-ray, but I've watched them both before, so they're sort of waiting until I want to rewatch them. But I think that's it. I finished Up in Black, but I think I must talk about that before. Up in Black's cool. I think that must be it.
Right.
Go on.
I'll start mine. So I'll start with Madoka Magica, which I watched about a week and a half ago, which is it was pretty good. It was pretty good. Like, I know it's one of these things that people will just love. Like, it's obviously got a really big kind of crazy fan base. Like, but I enjoyed it. It was pretty good. I think I gave it like a 7, which is good. I think.
Oof. Oof.
The next thing was
I gave it a 7 as well.
Yeah.
To be fair.
Oof.
So.
I don't know, magical girl stuff. Yeah.
No, I didn't mind
rewatch
that. It was
'cause
just.
it's that version onto a 9 for me, and I think Tash is a 10.
Well,
and for
there
I said
you
no,
go.
Tash typed BRB whilst he cries in a corner.
Yep.
I
Oh,
don't
no.
think that should be in BRB, which would be kind of annoying. He is BRB in.
Right. Anyway,
Yeah, we'll just let him
anyway.
put himself back together.
Enough about Madoka Magica.
But no, Maha Shoujo, if you haven't watched it, go watch it. It's a must watch.
And the next thing I watched was Sumiki no Lee.
Oh, because you watched all these random shit ones.
Because
you sent.
Because it's like a French anime. It's like 12 minutes long. It's pretty good. It's just about a story. It's very touching. It's very nice. It's only like 12 minutes long.
What I sent you?
That you sent me?
No. That was it MVM.
Oh right, no. No, this was a different one. This was only 12 minutes long. But anyway,
oh yeah,
it's like a hand drawn kind of thing, and it's very nice, and it's about.
Yeah, I remember when because you said watch it. It's like the most inspirational anime ever.
Yeah, and then
what was it?
It was all right for a 12-minute anime. It had a lot of feels in it. Very nice soundtrack. Had no speaking or anything like that. It was very simple. But enough said about that.
Did you cry?
I cried a lot. I cried before it even. I was crying before it even started.
Really?
Yep. I'm still crying actually. Haven't stopped. And I watched it about 2 weeks ago.
Where are your tissues?
I don't have any. I ran out.
Oh, mate.
It's hard. It's expensive when you cry this much. Tissues aren't really.
Why don't we just get a sponge?
It's nice.
No, what about just lay in the toilet?
I've just given up.
Plug in.
I'm knee deep right now.
And you just cry and it'll free.
Yeah.
You fill up the bathtub.
Anyway.
And you'd be like.
Anyhow.
Yeah, get on a field train, mate.
The next one I watched was a 6-episode OVA of what I think is a manga. Area. Zerum the animation, which was.
But when it was about animation, it sounds like it came from a game.
Yeah, I mean, it could have been a game, could have been what I don't know. It could have been a comic book, really.
Go find out.
But it was.
I'm gonna go find out. You can talk about it. I'll find out.
It's like I think it's 90s, maybe very very early 2000s. 1994, yeah. That kind of style, those kind of characters. The action's really good. The main character is like a female, and it's a really good female character, which is kind of hard to pull off. Worth a watch because it's only 6 episodes. I got it on DVD from MVM, the kind guys. My homies at MVM sent me it for free because I'm bros with them.
Shout out to MVM.
Yep. And so it's pretty good. Probably worth a watch. It's kind of sci-fi, action kind of stuff. Anyway, next.
Apparently it was adapted into a game.
Oh, right.
But it was a prequel to a live-action film called Zerium.
Well, there you go. I knew it wasn't like it doesn't. It's not your traditional anime. There's definitely a non-anime twist about it. But the next thing I watched, where is it? Blade of the Immortal. If you're thinking about watching the show, don't bother. I'll tell you about this show. Right, so it's about this guy. He's a samurai, right? He's immortal. He's immortal, right? He's immortal. Get that in your head. He is immortal, okay? And you think, and all his immortal friends have lived like 800 years, but he's only like 20, and they just do, like they act like he's been alive 800 years because he has all these scars on his body, but really he's like 20 something, and he's such. He's meant to be like the kind of badass samurai that you'd get in every other samurai, but he loses every single fight. Literally, he's in about 13 fights. He loses every single one. But since he's immortal, he doesn't lose. He just gets back up and stabs them in the back while they're walking away. It's so bad. Apart from the fact that that's just such just spoils the show. The animation's really good. Story's pretty cool. Characters are pretty cool. That just ruins it. Don't watch that show. Trust me, it's such a letdown because you're
watch it, must watch.
Because you're like this could be such a good show. Just please stop dying because it's such a crap samurai. And and I started watching Mira Nikki, but I've only watched 1 episode, so that's all.
Well, I guess.
And I won't talk about it.
So definitely watch that Blade of Immortal.
Don't watch that. Don't watch Blade of Immortal.
Definitely watch it.
If you want to be depressed, watch it. But it's such a bad show. Like just the fact that he's. I don't want to talk about it for too long, but don't watch the show. Alright, that's literally everything I've watched apart from seasonal, which I won't talk about.
Yeah, but Mario Nikki, you're in for a treat.
I've watched 1 episode and it seems pretty good.
Yeah.
Seems
cool.
Characters. I don't know. I can't really give my thoughts after 1 episode, but yeah. So who wants to go next?
Well, before I interrupt you,
Well, you can't interrupt me. I'm not speaking anymore.
Okay. Well, on an unrelated note, Bale scored on his debut.
Ah.
I don't care.
Again, that's
no one cares now because he's gone to La Liga.
Oh, Ben, you're here.
I've been here all the time. Listening
How's
to
it going?
both of you ranting.
again.
Yeah,
Bale scores is a kind of underground anime, so our
So,
demographic
who's
probably.
Who's
I'll go.
next?
I could go.
You go, Nesmut Kip.
Now we
Z.
all know the disgusting pace that I watch anime, so there's not a lot really. But
I'm done. I'm finished. That's what I've
so
watched.
yeah, I've watched nothing since last time. Done. No, but I've got some stuff to talk
No,
about. The main thing is now you all know.
About an hour ago. Yeah.
Pardon?
The thing what we watched today. Even yeah.
Yeah. Well, I wasn't actually going to do that
Oh, you got
first.
something else? Oh, okay.
Yeah, I've got some stuff. You know, not much as you lot, but anyway, yeah. Fine. You know what? Yeah, we'll talk about that first. All right. Today I watched Dragon Ball Z Battle of Gods, or Kami to Kami in Japanese. Now, I've been waiting for that for like a year and a half ago, or whenever it was announced. You know, I've been waiting for it since then. Came out pretty much what I expected. Gave it about. I rate it a 7.5 out of 10 thereabouts. Gave it an 8 out of 10 on Hummingbird because I'm generous because it's Dragon Ball.
I don't think you should say much on it because you've already done a video on it, so people should.
That's true. Yeah, go
out.
check that out along with my good
Plug
buddy
your
Dale.
video. Plug your
It's a
video.
part of podcast. You can also say about that.
Nah, but if he's done a 9-minute
Yeah,
video
but
on
if
it,
some people, it helps
Just-
the podcast.
yeah, it helps the podcast to go check his channel. It's all fine.
That-
Good.
But
It's
podcasts
true.
wanna listen to
Well,
it.
all right.
What
I'll
else?
I'll sum up briefly what I think, and you can go look at that video for more in-depth stuff.
For the
Basically, it's
extended
pretty good, but if you go into expecting a really big, awesome, gritty fight, then you're not going to get it. If you go into expecting a light-hearted little Dragon Ball story, which is what I went into, then yeah, that's what you're going to get. So that was good. Anyway, that out of the way. The other thing, this is something I've been reading actually, not watching. It's a mango. It's not an anime. It's a
Mango?
mango. Yeah.
mangoes.
Well, obviously you guys know about this, but I don't think I mentioned it on the podcast that recently. And I've been reading JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 3, and I've read over half of Part 4 now because I've read quite a lot today. And I'm enjoying it, yeah. It's good. Part 3 is as good as or better than Part 2. That's tied for the best one. Part 4 is better than Part 1. Don't know if it's as good as Part 2 or 3 yet, but we'll have to see as it goes along. But I am definitely enjoying them, and what I really like is they're really varied. They, like, every part sort of almost feels like a different manga entirely, and it's always still pretty good. So, yeah, that's a thing, isn't it? So,
Does anybody else watch and or read this show? Nope. Okay.
JoJo.
Oh yeah,
I
watched the show.
I haven't watched it. JoJo
Yeah.
2012. It's pretty good, but
Yeah.
Caleb loves it too much, and I think he needs to calm down a bit. Considering they
No, there's not enough JoJo love in this
but
world.
Considering Caleb's only watched 5 anime.
I'm looking at my list right now. It says completed 69,
Well,
but
that,
you know.
that's obviously lying because it's probably like Dramble. No, but completed 69. So is that TVs?
No, that's movies and all. But anyway, that aside,
fuck off.
that aside, I've also watched a grand total of 3 episodes of Baccano.
Ooh, that's
And,
pretty impressive, actually.
Too much.
Isn't it?
That is quite.
Isn't it just?
I wish I could do that.
Now, Jamie's been bugging me to get on this, so I watched the first 3 episodes, and I couldn't really get into it. I mean, I reckon it gets better. I'm almost sure it does because everyone's going insane over it. But
Yeah.
No.
it
What
does,
is with
yeah.
this anime, right? Is people watch episode 1 and they go, "What the hell is this?" And then they watch a couple more episodes like, "I don't get it. What the hell was episode 1? I'm not going to watch this." Because that's what I done. I watched it like a year ago on Netflix. I watched episode 1. I was like, "WTF? Get the cat," and I just didn't watch it. And like a year down later, Jamie told me to watch it. And if you just ignore episode 1, it's like you don't need to watch episode
Yeah.
1. It's just so weird. I don't know why they put it in.
If you watch episode 1 last. then
Yeah,
that
it's like
happens.
episode 1 is literally the end. Well, it's not even the ending. It's like a little bit extra after that. It's like an OVA basically. That's what it could be. But if you're going to start watching it, just start at episode 2. From 2 to 13 is the story. So like,
Yeah.
but people get put off by episode 1, and I can understand that because it is very weird.
yeah, so when I'm in the mood, I'm going to pick it back up again, start from episode 4, see what goes on there.
Yeah.
Probably in the break between stuff because a lot of seasonal stuff is ending now, so I'm watching less. So I'll be watching less weekly, so get some shorter, like 12 episode sort of series done. So yeah, I mean, I'm not really seeing it so far, but if it gets better, then it gets better. So we'll see. And I think that's about everything. That's
that's quick.
relatively recent. Yeah, like I said, that awful pacing for me. I've probably forgotten something, but never mind.
Oh, it's okay, mate. It's okay, mate. You can add to your 5 soon. Hopefully.
Right. So is that everything? Yeah.
Caleb's like crying. Well, I suppose you finished Blood Lad.
Oh,
well, if we're talking about seasonal games, Blood Lad.
So maybe you can sort of have a.
Yeah, alright, Blood Lad. Finished it. I think Tash did as well. So
yeah,
and
yeah.
This, but.
Yeah,
but because you're low and stuff, I thought.
Because I'm low, I was talking about. Yeah, Blood Lad.
I like Blood
I
Lad.
was really surprised. Yeah, I was really surprised to learn that this isn't shonen. It's actually seinen, which it really doesn't seem like it would be.
Yeah, I think it all depends on what
just
magazine it's in. That's
I reckon he submitted it to a couple of magazines. He's got into that one, unless the anime adaptation is really toned down or something.
Yeah.
But I highly doubt that. But yeah, it was pretty good.
It.
It felt well.
The second half was
I
way
think
better
what
than the first half.
That's alright. I reckon they were just good episodes. Not necessarily bad episodes, just okay
Yeah.
episodes. But yeah, it was a shame it was only 10 episodes, but I'm sure there'll be season 2, so that'll be
for sure.
rectified soon, hopefully. But yeah, nice characters, nice sort of animation style gone on there, like the references to all them other animos in there, mainly Dragon Ball. But
I like the
Yeah.
I like the kind of world they were in with like the dragons flying about and the floating islands and all the different magic and stuff. I thought that was really cool. And the gang leaders and stuff. I think that was pretty cool.
yeah, it is a nice one. So it's one I probably might pick up the manga for as well, actually, because they released a few of the
It's just a
volumes.
fun anime to watch, really, as an overall,
Yeah.
which is partly why I was surprised that it was a seinen. It didn't really seem to fit that demographic as a seinen, because the anime was just having fun, and I think that's what I really enjoyed. It didn't take itself too seriously,
Yeah.
and even if when it did take itself seriously, they still kind of lived up to that expectation, but they didn't always promise us something more than what they already shown.
Yeah.
So I think as a 10-episode anime, it's pretty good for what it was. So
Yeah. Solid thing, just looking forward to season 2, I guess, so
Yeah,
that's
I'm
about
looking
it.
forward to season
There you go.
Is it confirmed?
It's,
No,
it's
but-
pretty much like
It's not confirmed, but I'm looking forward.
Looking forward to reading the manga then, how's that?
yeah, they pretty much spelled out in the last minute that this is we're going to try and get a sequel. That's pretty much what it said on the
Yeah.
screen.
Mm-hmm.
Right, BDT 87.
yeah.
Do you want to say what you've been reading and or watching?
Yo, yes. Well, I'm not going to go into too much depth because I've done a video recently on my cinema anime lineup impressions discussion,
Oh yeah.
and yeah, shut up.
You don't need to fucking promote yourself like that. It takes 10 years.
Alright, carry on, Ben, carry on.
Thank you.
Ignore him.
Yes, we all ignore Jamie sometimes because he's a bit
No,
of a
no
prick.
one ignores me.
Anyway, if you want to watch it there, you can go watch it there. But I mostly caught up with this seasonal stuff because obviously it's coming to a close. And I have watched Serial Experiment Lane. Now, I would recommend it to everyone, but I know a lot of people won't like it because it's rather dated. It's all about the wired, or aka internet, and that's all I'm going to say, because if I'm going to explain in too much depth, you'll be all like, what is this? But I recommend any anime fan to go and watch it, but just be warned, it's very slow, very dull at places, but it's recommended for everyone. And yeah, I've enjoyed it when I don't feel very tired about it, because it does drag at some episodes. You could call it Ako no Hana from the past, I guess, but yeah, I feel it's a bit dated now because of how high technology has grown since then, but yeah, I think we all should just take a look at it, and that's what I've done, and I'm glad I've done something rather than seasonal for a change. I've got a lot of other non-seasonal anime to check out, but you know, I've got other stuff to do rather than watch just anime all day.
Good.
Is that everything? So it's,
That is everything, yes. And if you want to read, I've been reading manga GTO, but not every day like some people, but yeah.
right, Tash.
okay. I'm not sure how far back to go because I've watched quite a load of stuff, but I'll just quickly whiz through what I saw like a month ago. So I saw Hellsing Ultimate. I think I saw one episode of Hellsing Ultimate last year. I remember I was kind of like half asleep and I was so confused as to why there were holes in people. And so I kind of left it on hold there, but later on when I tried to get back to it, I just couldn't find it. And so I finally revisited it after a year, after Jamie told me how amazing it was. And yeah, it really did live up to what Jamie said. And I was surprised like how there weren't many people really talking about Hellsing Ultimate, given how the plot and characters kind of are on the same level, I think. Because I didn't really like prefer one over the other with Hellsing. They managed to have a healthy balance there, and I really loved it to bits. And it's just fantastic.
I'm pretty sure Lewis has watched it as well.
Yeah, the last like
Yeah,
5 or
that's
6
great.
episodes are just epic.
And I didn't think that it could be so. They could keep it consistently going great for a whole hour. It was mind blowing. I mean, I saw Katanagata, which I dropped, had the same length as Hellsing, but it was shit, in my opinion. So I dropped it like poop. So
They kind of need to keep it exciting for the whole hour, because people get bored very easily if it's an hour long. People like, I don't want to watch a whole hour, because an hour, like 2 episodes is pretty much a movie. Was it like 50? Is it like 50 something?
I think
each episode?
Yeah, but well, about
I think partly why it's really amazing is that it's an OVA, so they had time to work with it, and
because the animation was very.
So I think I would love to see more series like this. Do you guys think like this could perhaps be like the anime to influence other series to take this approach to adapting a manga into an anime?
No.
Depending on how
it is, I think.
Yeah.
Because Hellsing was a very popular.
How much of a success was it, the OVA? Because it must have been pretty successful if they were doing OVAs.
The manga was really popular, and so they had good influence.
I see. So overall, yeah, Hellsing's a 10. Do watch it, don't question it, and just
10.
fucking watch it and enjoy it. Yes, Ben,
10.
it's a 10.
Yeah,
2
Ben said
digits.
that he looked at it,
Oh,
so.
shut up, Jamie.
Anyway, moving on. I also watched Claymore as well. I was quite skeptical about this.
Watched
I
first
tried
episode
it.
of that years ago. But yeah, go on.
How did you find it? Like after
Well, I've
just
only
watching
watched
that?
the first episode of it, so I
I
couldn't...
read 3 volumes of it, and I thought it was like Bleach, and I thought it was like the Grey Man as well. So
I always see it.
I
always
suppose it
see
was
the
an
complete
all-right
collection in
anime.
HMV for like 20 quid.
yeah, no,
It's always
I always see it there as
Always
well.
there.
It's such a rubbish box art that they got for
I
it
know,
at
it's
Yeah,
HMV.
it's just like the
Really
woman
feel
standing
it.
there. The grey box.
Oh, I keep forgetting her name now. Oh, Claire, that's the name.
Gotta say, like, there's so much disturbing gore on this, but nowhere near as much as Elfen Lied did, which I will move on to a second. But yeah,
Link right there.
yeah. With Claymore, it was alright. You just had women kicking ass against these beasts, and you had this annoying main guy called Raki. He's just like,
Follows her about.
yeah, it's kind of like that fairy from Legend of Zelda that just keeps going.
Hey,
so
listen, hey.
Exactly, he was like that, and he was just useless. He was a burden. He always kept getting
You're a
in
bird.
the way of everything. And it's just like, just die. And so yeah, overall, Claymore is it's a great series. Loads of people are ashamed that it didn't carry on because the manga's still ongoing, and it's overall, I think it's an okay series.
I can't remember. I'm not sure how the manga's doing, right? If it's on breaks or not.
From what I hear, it's still going on. I'm not sure how frequently it comes out. I think it's a monthly
Yeah, I think
series.
it's monthly,
So.
anything.
And so yeah, definitely give it a check if you're into like your typical generic shonen action. It's a lot more serious and it's pretty okay from what I've seen of Claymore. After Claymore, I watched Elfen Lied. This was a bit of a risk I took because I heard so many different opinions on this. Loads of people were saying there's nothing like Elfen Lied out there. And some people said it was good, some people said it was shit. And so it was hard to judge for myself at first, before watching it, whether or not if I should check it out. Because I saw some random scenes and it didn't really make much sense to me. But when I watched it, I was like, what the fuck is going on? Because the first 7 minutes, exploding heads, well, not literally exploding, I mean, people's heads are getting torn off. And their torsos.
Yeah, yeah, I understand where you're coming from, and even though, without spoiling anything, everything does actually get explained towards the end of the series. But I think a lot of people just mention this saying it's like the worst thing ever. Like, it's not. I don't know. I don't think it's like the worst anime of how gruesome it is. I'm pretty sure I've seen other anime which just has gory factors. Maybe because there is so
This
much...
anime was very gory, but it didn't really faze me at all, given how
No,
old
and
it seemed.
I
As
remember
gory
you
as Hellsing.
saying...
Hellsing Ultimate.
Well, Hellsing Ultimate had more detail, so I suppose I found that more scarier than Elfen Lied. If Elfen Lied had today's animation standards, then yeah, it'd be pretty freaking creepy. Because, yeah, everyone gets butchered like hell.
Maybe it's just me, because, you know, you see movies like that and everything, so it didn't particularly bother me. But I understand if a lot of people are, like, grossed out of it, but I just don't like the fact when people go like, oh, Elfen Lied, no, I'm not going to watch that, that looks horrible. It's like, no, it's not. It's for adults, so if you're under 18, you shouldn't be watching it anyway, but there you go.
Yeah, Caleb.
Caleb's Dead Man in Wonderland, and he's 18.
I'm going to call the police.
See,
I'm a bad man. Renegade.
Dead Man Wonderland episode 1 was like pretty screwed up from that first episode what I saw back when it aired.
No, what I don't like about Dead Man Wonderland is the cursing that happens. I know we like say fuck on that, but it's not needed in most parts where it says.
Are you watching a double sub, Jamie?
Huh?
Are you watching a double sub?
Dub?
Oh man, I don't like dub. I watched it in Japanese.
I watched it.
I'm very lazy now. I'm anime. I was like,
Yeah.
I can't be swapping.
I've always
No,
been
I didn't like yeah. I didn't like Ganta's dub
Yeah, no,
voice.
I get Ganta's voice probably the one that's not good, but it's sort of like, meh.
I like the white-haired girl's voice. I thought that was good.
Oh, Shiro,
Yeah,
yeah.
I thought her voice was pretty cool.
Yeah, but I think everyone else's voice that's good. But no, but it's just random cursing. It's like you don't. Okay, yeah, I don't mind spoilers at all, but it's just like when it's really over the top, it's like you don't need a just out of nowhere. And actually, I'll go back to everyone when I get again. But I just don't like how something it gets really serious, and then all of a sudden it's just like not. Like they crack some joke up. It's like, but you're fucking in there.
Elfen Lied, to my knowledge, if I remember, it wasn't like that. It was quite. I don't remember any manga symbolisms or anything like that. It was quite dark throughout, and even flashbacks as well. Only the kawaii bit was when she was just saying Mew all the time.
That was really pissing me off. She said that blimmin' new like throughout like the whole episode sometimes, and it just really frustrated me. But that character does eventually talk, but not as much as you'd want her to, because hearing her freaking go new every time, it's just like, why the fuck do you have a Pokemon in this anime? Seriously, I mean, it really did piss me off, because I wanted to see the main character's, personality, the one that actually talks, and I felt like that she could have explained so much more throughout the whole series, because it really did do my head in quite a bit. But it was okay, to be honest, in my opinion. The hidden gem about this anime is that there's nothing like it, as loads of people say. That's what I like. It's innovative, it's different from everything, and nothing has really attempted to try to, just make me question, everything that's going on as much as Elfen Lied did.
I like when I got into it first, you had no idea what you were about to expect. You didn't know a story because it was quite slow-paced at the start. You didn't know what was going to be around the corner, and then obviously you find out about some characters in the past, so that gets explained. So you don't know where the story's going, and then you meet other characters. Obviously, it's like, what's going to happen? What's the deal? From the first episode, that the main character, the protagonist, has escaped this laboratory, and they just have to find her, and that's pretty much it. We know about it until the very end.
But I felt like the human characters, because the Diclonius, they were the only reason why I just kept watching it, because the human characters are just like they were a bit generic for my liking, to be honest, and they reacted how I expected them to. But overall, yeah, do just check out Elfen Lied, because it's just one of those animes, really. Yeah. I think some people define it as a classic, but
I would say cult. Definitely a cult. I wouldn't say it's
very niche.
Yeah.
I would say niche, an anime that's like niche than your normal series. I also watched the other day The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and it took me so long to pick it up and watch it, but it's because you guys seen my stack of DVDs and manga.
Right, Tower of Greatness.
Exactly. I mean, it's a miracle that I haven't died yet, because once that falls down, I'm gone. But yeah, I finally got around to watching it, and it really did exceed my expectations. Because when you look at the cover, it doesn't really seem much.
It looks like it could be quite a generic movie. Well, just looking at the cover.
But it's done by the best movie director ever. Well, debatable, but my favourite at least. And it's my favourite film. Until I watch Wolf Children, which apparently meant to be best one, but I'll wait till that comes out late December.
But I really loved the characters as well. I mean, everyone had their purpose, and there weren't any useless people around, and it seemed pretty concise and got to the point. And I mean, I was kind of really shocked, like nearly towards the end. I mean, they managed to surprise me, like towards the end, with that one guy that could, what. And yeah, what kind of pissed me off was like. Actually, I don't want to step into some spoiler territory there, but overall, it's one of the best anime films I've seen. To be honest,
it'll surprise you. You'll never expect what happens.
Exactly.
She actually didn't leap through time. Was it a lie?
It was more of a skip through time. To be honest, it wasn't really a leap.
It was more of a jump.
Yeah.
Wasn't
really
really
much effort into it.
It kind of felt a bit like Steins Gate in some sense, like how this person was changing stuff, and then it kind of conflicted with other stuff that was meant to happen.
Like
so
friends, and they all had to.
I think it was a definitely quite a smart plot there in that sense. So definitely worth checking out. The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, especially if you've seen Steins Gate. If you liked the main theme of what Steins Gate explored and did, then you'll definitely like The Girl Who.
It's pretty good to. It's pretty good. The main character's got a strong female lead, and it's pretty hard to get a strong female lead without any fan service or anything.
And to be honest, her character design as well wasn't entirely that appealing in my opinion. She seemed kind of bland.
Exactly.
But, I mean, her personality really
there was no fan service at all.
Make her unique.
Like, whatsoever with her.
Let's just say, most of these creators came from Studio Ghibli, so obviously they've taken a lot of inspiration from Studio Ghibli. And Hayao Miyazaki always has the lead character as a female because he is a feminist. So I would say most characters from Studio Ghibli, especially the earlier ones who are female, don't really have fan service. But
that's what I'm saying. It's good that she didn't have any fan service because she was a really good character. It seems. Yeah, but you're saying it's like you've never seen it before, but it's pretty rare.
It before. Well,
it's pretty rare to find in a film, I'd say,
or
because in TV series.
Anything, to be honest, females are just
anything, yes, but not any films because it has done before, but maybe not as much. But props to the creators because they all came from, majority of them did come from Studio Ghibli.
And so I mean. This film, do you reckon it's also like a good gateway series to anime as well?
Ish.
I think so. I think it's one of these things where if you don't have to know anime to like it. Like you could just hop into it and enjoy it, but I don't think it would make you just okay, I want to watch more anime. What is this? This is amazing. But
yeah, because it's like saying about Studio Ghibli. Like I know people watch Studio Ghibli and they don't watch anime. So I think
it's not really. It's a world away from what anime really is, Studio Ghibli and stuff like that. And I go for there's not much similar to it really. It's very different than the majority of anime. So people watch it and they go, "Oh, so what else is like this?" And it's like nothing really. And so that doesn't really get them into anime. But I think anyone who doesn't watch anime could enjoy this. It's not like a thing that only anime fans can enjoy.
Yeah, especially the choices this character makes. Cause some people can relate because it starts off as little stuff, but even the littlest of things cause such a mishap in the film. So people would find that intriguing. So yeah, that's pretty much it for The Girl Who Leapt Through Time, and the anime that I'm currently watching at the moment, which I've nearly caught up to date with, is Genshiken. I believe there showing season 3 now as this season anime, and I enjoyed it quite a bit. It's about an otaku club at a university, and it's quite interesting because you find out a lot more about the otaku culture in this anime. The closest I've been to finding out more about it through anime is Orimo, and I feel like Orimo just briefly touched upon the surface of that, since it was more based on the little sister being an otaku there. And exactly. As for Genshiken, they really go into they talk about the trips to Akihabara and then these doujinshi events and cosplaying and pretty much everything. So I think it's definitely a must watch, especially if you're a weeaboo as well. So, I mean, weeaboos can learn a shit ton from this and not creep people out. But then again, these guys do kind of come off as creepy, as they are also into those, Ero games. And so it's quite funny to see how otakus also, like, interact with people, like, in the real world as well. So it's definitely interesting series in watching. And as for that, I think that's pretty much everything I've watched, but there's just one more show, actually. I've only watched one episode of it, but it was Spice and Wolf.
I know what's Spice and Wolf. I might just get on DVD.
Well, I saw the first episode, and I left it on hold for Genshiken, and it's okay so far. Nothing unique that I've seen from any other series, but I'm not really sure where it's going. But I normally give a series like 3 or 4 episodes before I decide to drop it or carry on. And so I think that's pretty much it, really. And I need to catch up with a load of seasonal anime stuff, since everything's coming to a close soon. In the next 2 or so weeks now, and then we'll get new anime. Does Ruby count, by the way, as an anime? If I could touch on that. But it's on fucking Hummingbird. How could you not? It's anime influenced.
It's made by an American guy who literally looks like an anime character. If you've ever seen panels of Monty's we get from Rooster Teeth, who makes it, he's like Asian, but he's like kind of like anime looking Asian, and he wears wigs. He wears anime wigs. That's all he wears. You'll never find a picture of him without an anime wig on.
That's weird.
He looks like an anime character. He wears the kind of anime clothes as well. It looks like he's straight out of Final Fantasy, but he's pretty awesome. If you look at panels from him, because they done a lot of panels when Ruby kind of came out on Rooster Teeth, which is pretty good. But it's obviously not an anime.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think that's pretty much it. And also, for those people that are anticipating Fate Stay Night 2014, this is up on Hummingbird, so yeah, feel free to favourite the shit out of that.
Add it to your computer list. Can you do that?
I added it to my favourites list.
Oh, yeah, it's your favourite list. Well, yeah, it's not really naughty over there.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's made by you first of all. It speaks for itself.
Be on there.
Can you imagine how amazed everyone would be at how shit it is if Ufotable screws it up?
Yeah.
I mean, if they did a worse job than the last company, I'd just be like...
They can't do worse than Sugar Dean.
I'd be shocked if they did.
They did. I had to give up on everything.
But what I'm quite interested with this anime is that... because I heard there's loads of parts in the visual novel of Fate Stay Night.
That for the first adaptation,
they picked the worst route.
No, they
or
just
something along the
little
lines of
bits
that. Just a little bits of it, yeah. And I heard they also showed a different route as well in Fate Stay Night Unlimited Blade Works as well, which is partly why I think I enjoyed that heck of a lot more than Fate Stay Night. And Fate Zero, of course, was just the massive improvement of the Fate series. But I really do hope Fate Stay Night can kind of... I would like to see it surpass Fate Zero. Just to see how well the Fate Stay Night series is. Especially if it's a sequel as well. Surely, the sequel would be able to surpass the prequel. Was the prequel made first, in the original adaptation, or was Fate Stay Night first?
Question.
If it surpasses Fate Zero, and then we've got a good anime, it's going to be good.
Yeah. But which it could, because I had the light novels, light vision novel with that is really good.
Yeah. Well, if the animation can be as good as Fate Zero, then that'll be awesome.
Yeah, I mean, also the music. If it's not by Yuki Kazura, I'll be
To be honest, the animation for Fate Stay Night was really good on Blu-ray as well. So
yeah, but I think I thought the music was very bad in the original Studio Dean series. I thought it was very plain and boring.
And I think that's pretty much all I really have to say on what I've watched, and touched a little bit on some Fate Stay Night.
Fate Stay Night. Can only hope Fate Stay Night be good.
When does that come out? 2014.
2014. We don't know.
2014.
Sometime.
I'm really hoping that we get a blimmin' Sailor Moon as well.
Yeah,
apparently.
Sailor Moon's coming out next season. No, not this season. Winter.
I hope it does, because that thing's been delayed since
Yeah, I was like,
all the time.
This season.
Hmm.
I mean, what else?
But I've recently come across upon the fact that I'm able to watch normal anime series and put my whole seasonal stuff on hold, and then just marathon through all the seasonal stuff the week after I've finished an anime, and I just feel like I want to take a different approach now to seasonal stuff.
I never watch seasonal by the week, unless it's a show like The Going Home Club where there's no real kind of story going on. It's just random episodes to itself. But
I mean, I don't know about Attack on Titan. Sometimes I
actually.
And other times it's like
Attack on Titan's the exception actually. But
I think if you watch it quite a lot, you do it in the first couple of weeks, and then you just get tired. And I always end up watching one every week, no matter what, and it's always the one which you didn't expect. That's what happens with me anyway.
But I think partly what makes it easy to watch seasonal anime weekly for me personally is that when I'm busy with uni or whatever, I mean, I just wanna hop on something that I'm familiar with at the time instead of starting something up new. And so I feel like that's partly the biggest reason why I'm watching all these other series whilst all this seasonal stuff is going on. And I feel like most people just stick to the simulcasts because, well, it's there and it's all set, and you don't really need to look through anything else to start up another series. And I think most people just rely on people's suggestions. So,
well, I think a lot of seasonal doesn't have a huge story, it isn't story driven. So it's very easy, shows like Going Home Club and Service that you can just hop on them at any time and just kind of watch an episode, enjoy it, and there's no real story going on. But something with I think Attack on Titan is the exception because we talk about it all week after the episode.
Well, I try not to talk about it all week, but I have to. Plus, I have to, and that's the thing. I think I've not only me, but some people is forced to watch it because they don't want to know the spoilers by every other.
There's really not any spoilers that are going to happen.
Well, from from the start of the series, if you missed two of them, you'll get to know even though it wasn't something big, but you still want to find out by yourself without hearing on YouTube or your friends or whatever. So I've always tried to watch it as soon as it comes out, just because of that factor, and I don't really want to watch something if I'm not enjoying it, being forced to again, Even though
if you don't enjoy it, then just don't watch it.
I stopped.
Exactly.
That's what I was getting at. It was I do like it. Don't get me wrong. I do enjoy it, but at times I don't want to watch it every week. But I feel like I have to, because if I don't catch up, I will get spoiled by accident or by a friend or by a video, a thumbnail on YouTube or anime community in general. And
well, why don't you just unsubscribe to those people that are spoiling it, or just remove them from your feed? You can remove individual videos from your feed quite easily.
As soon as you see that, it's a bit too late if you just remove.
Okay, then what else is that Hunter Hunter? So
With
and that sort of
the only people who talk about Hunter Hunter is you, Jamie, and I can get away with that.
I don't.
About half of this.
I don't, because I don't watch it weekly, so I don't talk.
Yeah,
but
I don't watch it.
You're not putting the point across that you think you're gonna get spoiled if you don't watch Attack on Titan.
But I think I bring a valid point because I like everything I watch this season. No, I wouldn't be watching it anyway. Why would I be watching something I don't like? But with Lewis said, some series you don't need to watch it every week, and Attack on Titan, for me, I don't need to watch it every week, but I feel I have to, because if I don't be caught up, I will get spoiled. And with Lewis saying he stopped at episode 10, 11, I believe I did the same. I stopped for a while.
I still got spoiled though. On Reddit, I got spoiled further than the anime will ever come.
Yeah, same.
Until the sequel to the Bully's next second season. So even it doesn't matter. It's Attack on Titan something that you're going to enjoy, spoiler or not. It's a season that you don't need to. The story really. Is it that good? It's like it's pretty predictable. Yeah, you know what's going to happen. There's something's going to happen. Be up with the Titans, obviously.
Just saying that the female Titan is who you think.
Yeah, it's like it's not.
But the overall mystery of the Titans is never really spoiled by most of the fans because you can't
really spoil it because the thing is, even in the manga, nothing like extraordinary has actually happened. Like nothing. Well, actually, one thing kinda. But
yeah, but I don't think that's just how we're thinking.
The big mystery of it all is still not unknown in the manga, and it's not really. You can't really get spoiled that much. I mean, people die. Okay.
Nothing will happen. Nothing will happen that you are going to go, oh my god, I did not see that coming.
It's more
exactly nothing like Toby being Obito. I mean,
like you said,
you couldn't see that.
That seemed a bit too obvious to happen. That's the only problem.
Like you said, there's nothing. Oh my god! But when you watched an episode each week, and then watching these reviewers or finding out people saying, "Oh my god!" in every episode, I kind of got it. A kind of episode every week, every episode, I kind of got it. Saying, "Wait a minute." These people love each episode, no matter how good, dull, mediocre each episode was.
Especially the gaming Rushi. I mean, he's all over the place.
His reviews are really top notch. I think he really,
they are.
He gives all the different aspects of the thing. Animation. He really goes in depth. He really scrapes the nooks and crannies of an anime review. I think he's probably the best human being ever to live. And
he's definitely a hidden gem in this anime community as well. There aren't many like him that have the balls to deliver what he has.
Go check him out at dailymotion.com/thegamingrushi.
Dailymotion.
Because YouTube's too mainstream.
Okay, about Dailymotion. If it just turns out
that's how hipster he is.
Dailymotion's like the crappy YouTube. It's like I don't know if it's a hipster site. I've never been on it, but I presume that it's just a hipster site. Like people, I don't like YouTube. It's too.
It's the unsuccessful sibling of YouTube.
I'm trying to not talk about Attack on Titan until it's finished and give my final impressions when it's done.
Yeah, we're gonna do a full podcast on it for sure.
I'm gonna do it. I'm releasing a review as well as Tashrin, so you can see my point there.
Oh, I hate Attack on Titan, but I watched it. Blah blah blah.
Yeah, okay, Jamie.
But yeah, just to update everyone, I've done the script and I'm just putting all the voiceovers together. Need to film some live action clips of me doing shit.
No, you haven't even started with you yet, because I haven't finished yet, so therefore you can't have a review.
You really could.
The best part
I suppose so. Well, at the moment, I'll add some more stuff to it if anything massive happens given that we're 2 or 3. I think we're 2 episodes away, aren't we?
Next step.
When the podcast is up, it'll be 2 episodes. Yeah.
I can assure you that nothing will happen to make you change your review.
Maybe
I can assure you that now.
Unless they do a filler twist, which they could possibly do.
Well, yeah, they could go.
They could actually, because if they do a filler twist there at the end, then the anime ain't coming back for a second season. It's either that or they'll skip a couple of arcs because they could go down the Magi route where they're going to skip a load of arcs and then
route, the Evangelion route probably better.
Yeah, actually.
But yeah, Attack on Titan will most definitely get a second season.
I wouldn't mind
Evangelion route. I'm like yes. I'll read the manga. I'll read the manga instead.
Get a second season I assume it would get a second season if it goes normally. But I don't mind it not getting a second season either. I'd enjoy it either way.
I'd just read the manga as well. I mean, at the end of the day, the anime's there to market the original source material, the manga. So if it gets people reading the manga, then they've done their job.
Three routes I would like it to any of these. Like you said, do a season 2, which will have a normal ending, see you soon. And then the other 2 possible ways to do it is do an Evangelion ending, which will screw everybody over, or do a Blue Exorcist ending, doing an alternative finishing.
Oh, but where's it Evangelion ending? I don't mean the actual ending of Evangelion.
Oh no, I mean like for that.
Did you see Aaron
I
dreaming
mean,
about outlines of fish and stuff like that?
Congratulations!
I mean,
back off!
I don't mean the end of Evangelion movie. I meant the end of Evangelion series, the last 2 episodes.
No,
That.
I hope no. Don't do that.
Yes, you said it. No, you said it. You
I
said.
don't mean that.
Well, too late.
I don't think.
What if it all just ends up with the Titan just waking up from a dream?
No.
Just
There
one of
you
the
go.
Titans. I had a dream there was like people. People.
What, are they actually speaking English, or are they just growing up?
a chibi Unlimited will wake up from a chibi, not a chibi Unlimited, a chibi Titan will wake up from a dream, and it'll all be a big chibi show, and it'll be little 5-minute shorts for season 2. That's what we're doing. No, but I don't think Attack on Titan will have it. Like, it's just going to end on a cliffhanger, and we're going to have to wait for season 2 or
And
read the
all the
manga. It's nothing's going to happen that you're not going to expect. It's not that kind of show.
I hope well, it is going to happen. You know how each cliffhanger, I'll admit I like the cliffhangers, but then as soon as the next episode goes, it's like, oh, it just goes, it's not a great follow on from the cliffhanger, and then it does it again at the end of the episode. So imagine the last episode cliffhanger, everybody's going to go, oh my god, and then you'll have to wait, what, two years tops maybe for season 2, and then
Still waiting for Sword Art Online.
Exactly. As soon as Attack on Titan comes back, that cliffhanger moment you've been waiting for, it's like, oh, that wasn't worth waiting. I could have read the manga. It's
I just can't wait for the day Sword Art Online Season 2 and Attack on Titan Season 2 come out in the same season. I just can't wait to see how everyone will react. There's going to be so many fanboy balls. This is going to be unreal. Everyone's going to be like, oh, Attack on Titan is better. No, Attack on Titan is better. And then people will be like, bitch, please, it's all Naruto and One Piece, yeah.
No, it's all about Sword Art.
But why don't we have that little conversation right now? We're not go into depth, but just go a little round robin. Attack on Titan or Sword Art Online.
I preferred Sword Art. Just
probably Attack on Titan because I dropped Sword Art.
Yeah.
Caleb, your opinion's irrelevant for this question.
I didn't like it, so I was like, nah, screw it, man.
What made you didn't like it? Just briefly, like quick. What?
The pacing, because it just seemed to jump years randomly. I was like, oh, what? Yeah.
Yeah, fair enough.
I know a lot of people that dropped it, but I'm quite a big romance fan, so I didn't drop it.
Okay.
I know.
I think everybody can agree, like, after the second part of the story, everybody's like, what's this? Why are they dressed up as fairies and all that? That was like, meh, where they're going with this. Because I preferred it in the first world they were in.
Yeah, but they kind of had to beat that. They couldn't really. I don't know. I guess they could. I mean, they could have ended it on the first one, but.
Well, they did skip ahead a lot, as you said.
It's like, oh, let's skip a year. How about another year? How about some more months? Oh, they're married.
Don't get me wrong.
Wasn't that all adapted to the light novel though?
No, I'm pretty sure the pacing
wasn't
is
it following
I'm
that?
pretty sure the pacing is off.
But I definitely want to read the light novel for sure, as well as Axel.
You go read it and tell us how accurate it is.
Right now, go read it. We'll wait for you. We'll wait for you. Go read it right now.
Yeah, we'll wait in the podcast. We'll
read the sequel.
It's coming out like 2014, so.
Oh, yeah, no, but the light novel that everyone should read, I keep saying it all the time, is Death Note, Los Angeles PD Murder Case is another note. Death Note, another note. There you go.
I feel quite horrible about it because I have it and I haven't finished it.
It's in your tower.
I'm about 2/3 of the way through it.
It's a great read.
So I think we all said our Attack on Titan versus Sword Art Online.
I think Ben was the only one that gave an answer, and Caleb.
And
so
I said Attack on Titan.
What did you?
I said Attack on Titan.
I said Attack on Titan.
So Attack on Titan is one Sword Art. So Tash, it doesn't really matter because it's.
I'm the determining factor.
I think judging.
I want to be the determining factor.
I think judging by your profile picture being Attack on Titan, I think we can say it's Attack on Titan.
So 4-1. There you go.
I don't know. I feel the same about both of them. Some parts are stronger than the other.
I think when I watched it, so obviously I was watching it when it was airing, and me and Tash was watching it every week. And you came along back, yeah.
Well, I was watching every week.
And I just didn't experience this fandom of it, and maybe that's what didn't kill it for me than Attack on Titan. But there you go.
You like watch Sword Art Online and went under a rock until the next episode?
No, well, I feel bombarded with these reviewers, you know. So
I felt like Sword Art Online became popular like after it finished. More.
I didn't.
It was popular.
I didn't even know the anime community existed. I didn't even know people reviewed anime videos on YouTube when I watched it, and it was like you know, you just get into that show where you're like really into it, and you're loving the characters and stuff like that. That was like me. Obviously, it was only like my 10th anime I'd ever watched, so I didn't really have much else to go off, and I never watched a review or anything like that. So
I always watched people's opinions, reviews, but it's just it wasn't as big as it is now, kind of thing. You know, you just type in Sword Art, you might get 1 or 2 searches back in the day, but now it's massive.
Exactly, you won't see a Sword Art Online video clip, you'll just see people, ugly mugs, talking about it.
I think, talking about
sad
reviews,
truth.
I think I was the only person that reviewed Eureka 7 AO. The only person on YouTube. Come at me. And I'll be the only person to do the sequel, which should come this winter. The sequel, prequel, smequel, squeakquel. I don't know.
There we go, man.
Anything else we want to move on to?
If you're talking about that, I think I'm the only one who gave the positive review on Nakunohana, but that's just me.
Yeah, it was alright. But, yeah,
Disturbing.
we've been going for over an hour now, so...
4 more hours to go.
What do you say, wrap out?
Yes.
4 more hours to go.
Let's go.
Okay.
So, what is everyone's thoughts on the current economic situation in the UK?
Okay, what's everyone's thoughts on Cabe not watching enough anime? Okay, we got so much time here. Let's just address the big elephant in the room.
Let's get Caleb's thoughts about why.
This is a fan favourite question, though.
Well, I don't really understand why I'm the joke here, because I looked at Lewis's Hummingbird and it says he's watched less than me.
Yeah,
But-
What? What?
Yeah, Lewis, why haven't you watched
Well,
enough
I've only been
anime?
watching anime just over a year. Maybe not even
Come
just
on,
over a year.
that's not good enough. We know someone who watched
Look,
an anime over a year and he's watched.
We all
over
know the
100.
requirements to get into this podcast is to watch over 100 anime series, and they must
Although-
not contain like season 1s and season 2s. No, they all got to be 100,
Oh, God.
excluding the 100.
No, I don't think Jamie doesn't even have.
No, because
Alright, starting next week, the Tash podcast.
I've watched 100 TV series exactly, and if it's 3 sequels, then it's not 100.
100
so-
different series is actually a lot. That's huge.
It is good loss. And you wonder
But I'm
when
close, I only watched a few seasons, but
don't you ever wonder like how much hours you've put into it, even though you've enjoyed it? Because if you watched 100 and you haven't enjoyed
I put in
it,
3 months on it.
I think that's what makes it super hard dropping the big 3. I mean, like, I recently dropped Bleach completely because
Oh, you dropped
I
it. didn't it?
yeah, I dropped it. I was like, I sold the blimmin' manga and the anime
what do you mean
to a hobo.
dropped it as
and-
in the manga, you're not reading the chapters anymore, or
Right.
Okay.
Well, the anime's finished, so I can't really
Yeah, no,
get
no,
that time
you-
back.
No, I couldn't remember if you finished the anime. I wasn't
So
sure.
I read the latest chapter and I was just skimming through it and I was like, I fell asleep through it because it was at night and
only
I
takes like
woke
10
up
minutes to
next to
read.
Bleach.
This is the final chapter.
No,
as
this
they
chapter
say.
actually had dialogue and I got so bored. I mean, Bleach can't satisfy me with dialogue and without dialogue.
I thought it couldn't satisfy you because it didn't have very many backgrounds.
I dropped.
Oh, that too. I mean, everything's just a white blank space in Bleach. I mean, there's no towns, there's no skies, there's no clouds, there's no grass, there's no
Birds.
ocean, there's no trees, there's no birds, yeah, no planes, and
But
yeah.
I dropped
would be
all of the
shocked,
big 3. I dropped Naruto, I dropped Bleach, and I dropped One Piece. So
This
So
guy's a
come at me.
hipster right here.
Wait, so you dropped Naruto chapter?
I don't really read manga at all. If I just happen to read a few chapters of Naruto, then that's cool. But apart from that, I don't read any other manga, so I don't really keep a list of all the manga I'm reading. And I dropped all the other
I
anime.
mean,
though.
I tend to read volumes. I don't really look online for the episodes. I read volumes, but because of the big three being like Naruto apparently going to end and Bleach going to end, you sort of want to just want to just finish it off rather than like if you know it's never going to end, you might fancy dropping it because like.
Well, I think I know I've missed the boat on One Piece. Like, starting now, I've watched enough to kind of get a grip of One Piece and enough to enjoy One Piece. Like, I can say I've enjoyed.
It's more than enough.
Yeah.
More than any. It's enough for any TV. Like, that's the thing. I don't think you should have like, oh no, you can wait like so many episodes for it to get good. No, you should give it enough episodes as you would for a normal series. Like, it's not just One Piece. By the way, it's just any long-running series.
Yeah.
If you don't like it by so many episodes.
Because I think
with the big three, you shouldn't give it a 3-episode rule. Obviously,
If
like
you get 3 episodes, it's still a normal anime. They don't deserve to have.
I don't think, especially One Piece and Naruto.
I think you got to make a different exception for the big three for what they are.
But what happens if you started it off like a seasonal anime? Like, say you was able to stream it when it came out, and you're same age. So say Naruto started now. You get a 3-episode rule. Would you still continue on with it? That's the thing. So I think
that would be a hard one.
I think it's unfair to the other anime, giving it more chances. Really.
Well, I think with like
It's
a show like Naruto, if you've watched one arc, you've pretty much watched every arc because it's really the same. You're not watching it because you want to find out what's going to happen. You're watching it because you like Naruto and you like his jutsus and stuff like that. Pretty much what's going to happen is there's going to be a new enemy. He's going to be stronger than Naruto, but Naruto is going to use his amazing willpower and secret abilities to overcome that, and obviously he's never going to get beat, and obviously he's going to win every battle, and then at the end of the day, at the end of the arc, he will become the hero, and then the next arc will start, and then
The hero that Konoha needs.
and then One Piece is, I don't know, I haven't watched enough arcs of One Piece to really say if they're similar or not, but along the same lines, I guess.
Well, what about Bleach?
I only watched
Bleach?
19 episodes of Bleach, and I was like,
so
it's too boring.
So you can only take out of a big three. You can only target Naruto without mentioning the other two.
Well, I've watched One Piece.
But you said you haven't watched enough One Piece to know what
I've watched 50 episodes, which is like 4 or 5 arcs. So I can.
That is more than enough in any anime whatsoever.
But you just said like.
Well, I'm saying I haven't watched all 600, so obviously I don't know. But I can pretty much say that it'll be similar to Naruto in that you don't need to watch every single episode.
You didn't say that. You just like you just said I couldn't give my opinion. It's like okay.
I don't remember him saying that, but okay, whatever.
I don't know, but anyway.
Even 19 episodes is more than enough to understand any anime.
To be honest, it's just all dependent on the person. I mean, if you like it, then just
saying
carry
I
on
like
watching it. I mean, that's it. I mean, if you're really struggling on whether or not to just give it 3 or 4 episodes, just use your own judgment. If you really didn't like episode 2 and felt like you're going to pass out, then don't fucking watch the next episode. I mean, it's that simple. I mean, just like, if you enjoy it, you watch it. It's the same for everything in life. Yeah. If you like this food, I mean, carry on eating it. If you don't like it, just bin it.
I've got all of this because I don't like it, but
you should always give food the free meal rule. Eat it for 3 meals, and after 3 meals, if you're not
just whatever you do, just don't apply it to medicine. Just don't be like, I don't like this.
So it didn't work this time. I'm still very ill. I'll give it 2 more chances.
I am doing this medicine, but it stops me from dying.
And it makes me feel happy.
Probably taking the same medicine 3 times in a row would probably make it even more ill than you are right now. So.
But to be honest, I just feel like, this whole episode ruling thing, I just think it's kind of bull to an extent where you really just need to judge it yourself.
Do you ever get a feeling that you might think, I don't need a 3-episode rule. If I really don't like it from episode 1, I'll just drop episode 1. Unless it gets really good. Like, say, if I watched Madoka Magica when it was there, and I probably would have dropped it at episode 1.
That's the thing, see, because you just said about...
Yeah, but you can go off by other people's verdict on it. That's the thing. You can
exactly. Some people... I mean, there's always people out there that will suggest you to just watch a little more because the story does change further on. I mean, it's different for every anime. But if there's an anime that you just really can't kind of dig yourself into the main characters or the concept or any of that whatsoever...
Don't watch it. No matter what episode you're on, it's like silly. It's like you're just making it hard for yourself. It's not.
I mean, I just feel like us particularly are just maybe just too generous and like giving up on an anime, because there are loads of anime out there, and some that you may give up on may be a very good series that you may love. So it's just all based on the individual at the end of the day.
I don't think I'd ever drop a seasonal show, because half it all 21 minutes once a week is nothing. Like, even if you don't enjoy it, it might get better. Like, I know the Going Home Club, first 4 or 5 episodes weren't that good. A lot of people dropped and stuff, but the last 4 or 5 episodes a lot of people will enjoy. So I'd say for seasonal, probably just watch everything, to be honest, because if it's on Crunchyroll, it's not going to be horrible.
Yeah, but it's 21 minutes doing something else.
Yeah.
Like watching another series.
Well, personally, I'll watch anything pretty much. Even like once a week, anything seasonal I just watch, because I'm never going to not enjoy it that much. Apart from that one show this season, it was about the raccoons.
But another question is, like, how would you apply this to an anime film? I mean, whether to drop it or not.
Different. You have to watch it, and if you
I've
just
dropped
watch it.
films before.
Yeah, but
Like,
yeah,
45 minutes in, I'm like, what am I doing? What is life?
Yeah, but
45 minutes in.
I've dropped films before.
I haven't dropped a film actually. In all fairness,
You've not lived, mate.
I've not lived. No, I don't think I have.
Dropping films.
fair enough.
Dropping
if
no,
it's on a TV or
no, it's the best when you go to the cinema
it.
and drop a film, and just
Drop
walk out.
it.
right,
I paid £7
right at 30 minutes, like 6 people just get up and leave. Right at the 30-minute point.
Exactly, people like, I've had my 30-minute
You
rule,
shout,
I'm leaving.
"Fuck this shit."
It'll be even more awkward if you left your ticket there and then like they ask to see your ticket.
Like,
and it's just
someone
oh,
walks
shit.
out and then walks back in, picks up their popcorn and walks back out.
No. You just go to the front and throw any popcorn out. Fuck this shit.
Yeah.
I'm out.
If we could only do that with like work.
I actually.
You can, but the consequences.
I actually have genuinely dropped a film in the cinema before.
What was it?
I don't know. It was like I was.
No, it's that
That sounds
shit.
like a great
It
film.
must have been like second year of high school, and my friend poured popcorn everywhere, like a full, like large popcorn everywhere, and it was like half an hour to the film, and then we just had to leave because it was just everywhere. We couldn't sit down, and it was some Tom Cruise movie. So, like, we didn't go there for the movie. We're just
That's that Mission Impossible.
yeah,
one,
we were in
yeah.
town and we just went to see a movie because that's what you do, and we weren't exactly that interested, so we just left because
Spend
So-
£6 to just do whatever.
Pretty much.
And
then
bloody hell.
it's not my money, it's my parents' money, so YOLO. So, but I was about 12 at the time, so I can say I have dropped a movie in the cinema.
It could be Mission Impossible 4.
I don't know.
Which
It
wasn't
was
that,
no,
so-
it was Tom Cruise and Cameron Diaz or whatever her name is. I remember those two characters.
Oh,
It was,
I think I know the film. Oh, what's it called? I can't remember.
It was like an
Chick-
action kind of like.
No, it was Day and Night. Or
Yeah,
something like
yeah, that was it. Day and
Day and
night.
night.
Day, yeah, something like that. I don't know, but we dropped that. We dropped it like it's hot.
Too bad. Too bad you can't do that, like, when you're on an airplane. I mean, you can't just be
I
like,
don't-
"Oh, I'm dropping
I
this
don't like
service,
this airline.
so I'll just jump off."
Yep, dropping it.
Just jump off
Yeah.
without the
Night and
parachute.
Day. That's
or
it.
something.
Day and Night,
Night
Day
and
and
Day.
Night.
Very
Oh
good.
yeah, I remember that. I didn't see it, but I saw trailers and
You're
stuff.
lucky.
So.
For the only movie I've ever dropped in. I think I'm probably one of the only people to have dropped a movie in cinema. Actually,
I used to do it when I was like 2. Like, and I'd start crying halfway through.
Kevin, you remember way back
you went
then
to the
when you
cinema
were
when you were
2.
2
Yeah,
on
vaguely.
your own.
No, my mum and dad
You
took me,
couldn't walk. You just
And I
could
would be
crawled into the cinema.
Just up to the ticket desk. It's like a PG and I'm not allowed in. I'm like,
I don't have parental guidance now. So you'd have
This
to go
just
to
seems
a-
like a setup to a Rugrats episode.
They all go to the cinema. I sneak into the cinema
Oh,
so I
man.
get into PG.
I feel like we've gone off slightly off topic here from
Just
anime.
slightly.
Yeah.
What is an anime?
anyway, we've been running for an hour and 20 minutes now, so.
It's got now 3 hours and 40 minutes. What are you talking about?
No, Jeremy. I really hope you're not being legit.
Yeah.
Exactly. I mean, if we make it to
Yeah.
3 hours, people will pick to watch this, instead of Lord of the Rings. I mean, people have the choice.
No. Imagine if you got on for 5 hours. you could watch a short anime series in this time.
People have donated for us to do the charity 5-hour live stream. We can't just drop out in 1 hour. What will the kids in Africa?
To be honest,
we're trying to do a charity stream for them. And we're just going to drop out an hour.
I swear, like, if you're deciding whether or not to watch The Girl Who Leapt Through Time or this podcast, you can literally just, like, watch The Girl Who Leapt Through Time. The time it takes to listen to this.
Kira, you'll be afraid.
Yeah, in 10 minutes,
You would have already finished a Dragon Ball Z film as well, like,
Yeah.
the time you've watched this.
You could have made a good 30 pieces of toast. Like, say a toasty is about 5
It
minutes.
depends
Say,
what.
5 minutes for a toasty. You could have made 30 toasties.
And you could have eaten them and probably died as well
Yeah.
while you're at it.
Probably. But don't know.
Could also use this time to exercise within the hour. I mean, just what are you
You're-
doing, man? I mean, you're just sitting here listening to us.
You could download it, go to the gym, and have a good exercise whilst listening to us.
If you are doing that right now,
have fun with your gym session, mate.
tweet us.
Oh, you should have reminded him of that. He's probably stopped running.
Tweet
now.
us.
Oh,
Tweet us at dailymotion.com/UAK podcast. You can send us a tweet there if you are jogging. Hashtag jog life.
Or perhaps you're doing some rowing.
If you're rowing.
Hashtag row life.
row life.
Hashtag
row life. row.
Fight the power.
Fight the
Or
water.
how about you might be on a
You'll
bike?
fine.
You might be on a long car journey. Listen to us.
Long car journey.
Have fun.
Oh,
Drive safe.
Don't drive safe.
I bet you that person wouldn't want us to end the podcast now.
Yeah,
to be
he's in a
honest.
long car journey.
want us
Maybe
to-
he's been kidnapped and they're taking him to some desert out in the middle of Africa, and he's just listening to this on the way. And he can't stop it. Really. He couldn't put another song on because his hands are tied up and his mouth's tied up and everything. He can't even ask the kidnappers to put on the next podcast. So for his sake, we'll keep on going.
We're gonna go for now 3 hours.
And if that is you, tweet us at. Yeah.
To be honest, actually, yeah. If people that are listening to this, could you like let us know in the comments actually what you're doing? I mean, as you're listening to this. If you're just sitting there listening to us, then
at this
I'll
point,
just obviously
go to the comments. I don't care if you listen to recorders. When you finish, go to YouTube, comment, say, look, we're still listening. Because we get no one on
There
there.
is.
But
we've never actually gotten anyone to really comment.
There's 5
on
people
the-
listening, and that's
what we
that's
said at the
us
end.
5 right now. And we're listening right now.
Well, I don't know.
Yeah.
Is anyone listening?
I'm not listening. I'm just. I don't know.
Maybe not. Yes, I don't think I'm
Yeah,
listening. So maybe 4.
I'm watching Match of the Day.
Same. It's Man United and Flaney came on a few minutes ago.
Man United.
Yeah, good stuff. Afro Man.
Yeah.
But I don't like Man United. Hey Ben. But anyways, yeah. So kidnapper, tweet us and say hashtag help.
Yeah.
I'm kidnapped.
Hashtag YOLO.
Hashtag YOLO.
Hashtag YOLO. You only get kidnapped once.
Hashtag Yoko.
Everyone's gonna die one day. You might as well die at the hands of a mass kidnapper's killer. I think that'd be a better way to go than just sitting about.
Yeah, you should like write a manga before you die and write about the story of how you
And
got
tweet
kidnapped.
it to us.
And then
Only to
and
find
then
that
make
your
sure we give
internet
credit.
won't tweet the image. Because Twitter never does that. It always times out when I try to tweet a photo.
Oh, that's,
Which is
that's-
rubbish if you're in a dire
or maybe in
kidnap
Africa
situation.
where this person's kidnapped.
Yeah.
Maybe he has good signal.
But it's Africa, so
Yes, you have
Yeah.
good signal.
they're at the height of technological advancement. Africa are.
I know.
They surpassed Japan like quadruple.
5 years ago.
Whereas over here in the UK, we're
they
like,
have dial-up in Africa. I mean, we ain't got
To be
dial-up.
honest, like really,
We
they
ain't got
probably
that.
have better internet than I do. Like genuinely,
Oh,
jokes aside.
Everyone has better internet than you
Jokes
do.
aside,
Yeah, but
yeah.
everyone has better internet
like
than you do.
pigeon mail, you could send like a binary on a piece of paper via a pigeon, and it would come faster than anything I do.
Right now, we are talking to
Yeah, this
Lewis,
is right now.
and
This
he's
is
5 days ahead of
this
us.
is
But because it takes so long for it to go
this is
through.
the 10th of May, 1995. I'm talking.
For-
That's how
for us.
long it takes for me to send an audio file. But yeah, the
Alright.
I like how it's lagged right there.
lagged. Well, you'll be surprised when you're going to watch this back and you'll find out what I said. Oh.
Yeah.
And if you did find
Can't
out what I
wait.
said, tweet us.
At United_anime and say hashtag Lewis is Scottish. Yeah, 'cause
I
he
am.
is.
You also got to make sure
Oh.
you spell it
Yeah.
right as well.
No, so
Scottish.
it's wrong. So it's Lewis is Irish. Hashtag Lewis is Irish.
Spelled YOLO.
Alright.
What?
Okay, we really need to wrap
Yeah,
this
we
up.
really
We're
need to
just
wrap this
throwing
up,
crap
yeah.
out here.
No, would you say
Alright.
anything? I like bananas in my ear hole. There you go. No one ever
Ew.
listens to that.
Boku no Pico's the best anime.
There you go.
Anyone disagree? Anyone disagree?
No.
Okay, no agreement, no
Nope.
disagreements. It's great anime
Oh,
approved
man,
by the whole
no,
UAK
no,
podcast.
I'll tell you what, so if someone is still watching and says in the comments Boku no Pico is the best anime, then we'll change the podcast name to the United Boku no Pico Podcast or Kingdom Podcast.
Oh
Alright.
dear.
Do that.
No,
And anyway, now it's the end.
no. If someone does that, next podcast we'll just talk about Boku no
Yeah.
Pico and how it's so
For 3
great.
hours. There we go, folks. There we
Yeah.
go. It's written down in. It's written down. I'm writing it in blood right now. I'm getting it permanently.
Don't forget to
tattooed
carve it into stone as
onto
well.
onto my shin right now.
Alright then. So, that was pretty much it, guys. Thanks for watching this long-ass podcast, and
Thanks for
we'll
not
catch
watching.
you all next time.
God.
Until next time, I'll catch you in the toilet.
Ooh.